This is Food Talk for Health. Here is your host, Tonia King.
Thanks for joining me today. On Food Talk for Health, we explore practical nutrition tips, how real food and lifestyle can really heal, prevent disease, and help boost energy. Each episode features passionate guests sharing their knowledge to help you eat better, feel better, and live healthier. Hope you'll subscribe to the podcast and share it with someone else who might benefit. Joining me today is Karen Armes, also known as ZuZu. We're going to talk about her online school of natural medicine, teaching the science of natural healing, and her retreat center in Georgia. Your story is very interesting. Give us a little bit of a background on how you got to where you are today.
I had epilepsy growing up, so I had, 3 medications, and I would have seizures, and we kept it controlled, with the medications. But by the time I got old enough to get married, I was like, I don't want to be on medication when I start having children. And that's really when I just dove into natural health. I didn't know I was diving into natural health. I just started going to libraries and getting books, because there wasn't a World Wide Web back then, on how do I help reverse epilepsy? How do I stop epileptic seizures? And I learned about the brain and the nervous system and the synapse, and it was just fascinating. And so I started eating foods that high in B vitamins and different things that would calm the nervous system down and maybe start to regrow those synapses. And I titrated off of all my medications and started having children. And because it worked, I didn't have any more auras, I didn't have any more seizures. When the children, were born, I just started really using homeopathy and kind of getting more into natural health and grinding wheat and baking bread and all those natural things that the little hen does when they're raising children. And it just kind of took off from there. People started asking me health questions, and I do a bunch of research, and then I'd give presentations on herbs. My first herb I ever gave a presentation on was cayenne. Hello, the king of all kings, right? So it was just a blast. I just loved it. And when some people in my family started getting, if they got a sickness, one of my relatives, I would research that, and it just kind of escalated into something grand and amazing. And I opened up wellness centers and cafes and organic grocery stores that were non-GMO. And then I closed everything just to educate. And I started educating in 2010, but I still had everything open, or 2008, I should say, with the courses. And then I closed everything that had staff involved, so I could, well, not really, because I had my online school of natural medicine, and that has a wonderful staff worldwide. And so that's what we do. And then in 2022, I was like, well, I better open up that retreat center I've talked about for decades. And so I just drove around the country, renovated a really awesome RV, and it's wrapped in like DNA and chromosomes, and it's super cool. It's got like a heart and a brain, and it says "We love your guts" on it. It's absolutely fantastic. And and then I found this great place in Georgia. So we're here building a retreat center and working hard and helping people when we can. And now we're doing podcasts because the word's got to get out there, because people need help. And I'm a hope dealer, I guess. I don't know, of some sorts, because I've been able to see a lot of people get well. And that's what I'm here to tell you.
Food as medicine is a big thing, as you have obviously proved.
Took the words right out of my mouth. And we just had a retreat. And one of the women that came to the retreat is one of our newer students. She's 78 maybe, and she does live blood cell analysis. And so she brought her microscope down, and we have a microscope. So we were looking at blood, and people don't realize what you eat goes right in your blood, period. Any man out here listening, if you have erectile dysfunction, stop eating dairy and cheese and just watch what happens, because it's in the blood. And poor circulation is so rampant right now. People have high blood pressure because they've got so much sludge in the blood because of what they're eating. People have, constipation because of sludge in the blood and they can't process it. And people have, brain fog and lethargy because of candida, which gets throughout the whole bodily system because of what we're eating. So yes, food is medicine, or food is not. Food's going to affect you one way or the other. So yeah, being a little bit more mindful of what we're eating and what we were designed to eat is really critical for phenomenal health. And you can see it in the blood. Like literally you can see it in the blood. And that's why we love what we do. We love helping people.
So you have an international online school of natural medicine. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So How easy is it for people to get involved with that, to learn more?
It is extremely easy. We have career fairs every month. So people come and they can join us for a career fair just to hear more about our school. They can look online at holistichealtheducators.com. But we have our students can graduate all over the world. We have students. We have 100 languages that our school is offered in. Even if they're not looking to get a certification, they can also just get educated. They become a holistic health educator. They can become, an expert on microscopy or iridology or herbology. We offer a lot of different courses. So it's amazing. I think it's great just for just for understanding what to do for your family. The Human Body Master Guide, the 10-step program, those are all programs designed for our students, but we offer those to the public because quite honestly, there's 10 main things that people struggle with. And if you can get that under your belt, your health is going to be phenomenal. Just understanding water and understanding movement and detoxification and nutrition and the dangers of EMFs. Don't believe anybody that tells you that EMFs are harmless. That's like saying sticking your finger in an outlet isn't going to hurt you. It's electricity. Hello, we're electrical beings, So like, of course it's going to affect us when you put your phone against your head, You need to ground, you need to get negative ions in to balance all that. So it's just science. Everything we do is science. And that's, I think, what makes it so fun is when you get it, and when it's right in front of you, it just makes a lot of sense. It's fun.
So do you have a large staff that's teaching?
We do. Yeah, we actually do. We have a good sized staff that runs the school, but then we have over 100 contributors, doctors, we have naturopathic doctors, medical doctors, a lot of different contributors. Like we have the top microbiome specialist in the world. He offers his course through his section. We have sections of his teachings in all of our courses. Same thing with neural and with programming. We have a lot. We don't really per se do NLP, even though we love NLP. We have a little bit of take on that because I do so much with neurotransmitters. So we do have a lot of specialists also in our programs that present. So when someone becomes a holistic healthcare practitioner, we chose that word HHP over naturopathic doctor because in many states in America, you still can't be recognized even if you are a naturopathic doctor. And so we're like, well, skip that. We don't want to cause any disruptions to, the world. So we just do HHPs, even though our courses, to me, according to all the naturopathic doctor courses I've ever seen, ours excels, dramatically. And we love that. We love that because we never stop learning. And the cool thing is we never stop giving information to our students. We have students who've been with us for, 10, 15 years. And it's really fun because we get all this new stuff and we throw it in their library. They get to come on calls with us still today. So it's been really neat because we've had people graduate who are raising their kids this way and their kids are getting involved at a younger age, and we're still giving them new information because we need it. The world needs hope. They need to understand how the body works. And so that's one thing we love is teaching the science behind natural healing. And we work with the medical community a lot. We have medical, like probably a third of our students are medical. They're doctors, medical doctors, take our courses. One just graduated, another one. And then we have, a lot of nurses, and the nurses love it because they come from all walks of the medical community and they get to take what they learn back to the clinic, and the doctors love it. We've had different doctors pay for their staff to come through our programs. We love being able to bridge that, Western Eastern medicine for good. We really love it. We love it. We love it. My daughter graduated, Amy, my business partner with Holistic Health Educator. She had graduated from Johns Hopkins. After the graduation, I was talking to some of the dentists, a dentist that had graduated, and there was a dentist next to him that was in school there. And I said, well, how much do you learn about biological dentistry? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, okay. So I just sat there and I'm like, I just talked about the meridians that run from the teeth and where the nerves actually go. And what we have found when you pull root canals and get them tested, and you can see using thermal imaging, the root canal is directly linked right down to the breast cancer. You can see it on a thermal image scan. And it was really neat. And I just encouraged them. I'm like, you keep doing what you're doing. Keep learning and keep studying, but please look out the other window. Like, look out the back window. Look out the window they told you not to look out. Because if you can bring ozone into your therapy, and if you can learn more about some of the alternatives to traditional fillings, I said you are going to be able to set yourself apart in the dentistry world. And they were very excited about it. And my daughter's written many letters and has sent a few of them off to Johns Hopkins saying, hey, can we please provide some of this education so your students get a little bit more educated on natural health? And I think they weren't aware of how many students didn't agree with some of their teachings because Amy would bring things up in class and people wanted to learn more and they'd reach out to her. And there's wonderful. I think that the world is waking up, even the medical community. And I really hope that they can recognize that we want to work with them. We're not against them. We've never been against them. It was hard in the 1920s when the Flexner report came out. Basically what it did was it said, hey, if you want to use some of our petroleum-based pharmaceuticals that we're coming out with, you have to we can't compete with what you're doing right now. So you need to like eliminate about 80% of what you're doing, all your, water therapies and your, all the natural therapies and the herbs and homeopathies and, traditional Chinese medicine, anything like that. And so literally all of our hospitals in America dropped natural medicine so that they could, get a pretty white coat and they could join the team and learn about, about this new medication, all these medications that were oil-based. And it was just a sad moment. We're watching people turn more to natural health and question Western medicine. And that's not ending. It's not stopping anytime soon because people are questioning. And they're also questioning our psychotherapists and our therapy sessions because we've been doing the same thing for 70 years, same medication, same approach. Yet we're not seeing great results. And so now we're seeing a lot of phenomenal results using the nervous system and using techniques with our, changing our myelin sheath directions and using more neuro-linguistic, reprogramming and the consciousness, awaking to what our words mean, because our words cast, some people would say spells, but our words create our future, and people don't realize how powerful the word actually is in changing your life today. Like just today, it can change if the way you think and the way you speak will change how you feel in hours. It's a great opportunity
to be able to educate ourselves on how to heal ourselves easier is a big deal. So basically, your program teaches the science of natural healing. Is that a good way to put it?
100% does, because I am not foo-foo. If there's one thing I'm not, it is foo-foo. And so if anybody's like, well, can you explain that? Oh, honey, I'm going to explain it down to the atom because I do not and that it's a great thing that there's people out there who are like, oh, I'm an energy healer. Okay, but then explain that so people don't wrap all of us into the same bucket and throw us over the boat, right? That's where I wish there was more science. And that's why we focus on molecular science. Like we talk about how cells function at the cell level, at the receptor site, what's happening, so that when our graduates graduate, they can teach the science. Now, I don't throw my science cap on for everyone. I always, when I'm especially when men come in, I'm like, so what do you do for a living? And if they're at all into engineering and science, oh, the hat goes right on, honey, because I need to make sure they know that I actually know what I'm talking about. But the women, we just have a ball. And we explain a lot of science during all my consultations because they need to understand how atoms function, and that, people need to understand, osmosis and diffusion, and they need to understand, so much about how the body works and where neurotransmitters and hormones come from. But for most people, quite honestly, look at social media. Everyone's just buying whatever some cute lady with big breasts or some really hulky guy is selling. And I'm like, will you stop? Those people they're not even my students. Like they're just paid actors, and they're getting a kickback and they're probably making tens more than you and I are. And my breasts left when I nursed 7 kids, so whatever. But I have phenomenal health. I'm 58, don't take any medication. I feel fantastic. My hormones are balanced. My protein looks amazing. My blood sugars are perfect. Like this is what I do for a living. So that should speak. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for your listeners is all of you can have better energy. All of you can get rid of candida and parasites. You can all, how great it is to look at your blood under a microscope and not see any parasites. Like,
oh,
wow.
Goodness. Wow.
It's incredible, right? And it's just incredible to get your blood results back and your testing back. And you're like, oh, everything looks great. Because a healthy man has many wishes and a sick man has one. woman, if you're a liberal, I'm sorry, but I'm a liberal minded that way. Women or men, I don't care. I just say man. But a healthy person, thank you, clarify myself here, has, many, many wishes. And I do. I have many, many wishes. I can't wait to do more traveling once the retreat center is, fully, which will never be fully done, but you know what I'm saying.
So you got really involved in healings, how to
Yeah.
help heal yourself first, and then other people that you love and your family and your friends, and it's just grown from there. You have the retreat center, you have the online healing program. Tell us a little bit more about what you have going on as a whole down there in Georgia.
Sure. Well, the Holistic Health Educators is the school. The main thing we're doing right now. And that is our online school of natural medicine. So people get certified and they go start in clinics. We actually have a really amazing thing happening right now behind the scenes that we'll be sharing over the next few months. But we have an incredible program for our graduates. We also, our graduates can become, they can get their licenses. We are board certified. Some of our courses are. So it's pretty cool because you can get your NPI number and you can work and you can bill insurance companies and all sorts of wonderful things. All that, or just learn for your family. And then the retreat center, we've been here for 3 years. And when I got the property, it's 69 acres, so renovated the buildings. So the wellness center is up and running beautifully. We hold retreats there. The retreats are really fun. Two different types of retreats. We do a retreat like we did this weekend. So a 3 or 4 day retreat, all on reprogramming the mind, a mindset. It's absolutely incredible, wonderful food, just phenomenal retreat. And then we do the clinical retreats, which are more wellness retreats. They're more detox retreats. You come, eat all of our amazing food. You do a liver detox. You're doing hyperbaric chamber every day and lymphatic suits. We have 4 PEMF units and, foot baths. And you meet with our staff. We have a medical director. We do IV therapy if needed. We do live blood cells. We have a bunch of toys we get to play with. We have a lab as well, so we can run your blood and urine before and after, which is always cool because you can see the change. It's
Yeah.
just really neat. And so that's what we do here. We want to build the big building, that sleeps 80 people and has a huge interactive kitchen. But the millions ran out just getting us this far. So now so Lilly Fields is actually set up as a church, a non-denominational church, so that we can help people spiritually and physically. You would love, love, love our articles of faith, by the way, because it's all about the body. So it's really cool. You'd really enjoy that. And most people read it and they just love it. And so that's where we're at. So right now we are putting a couple additions on to our wellness center over the next several months, building a barn, and we have people come in from all over the country, outside of the country, to attend our wellness retreats. And if anybody's interested, they can go to Facebook. I am really, really sucky on social media, by the way, but on Facebook, Lilly Fields Center. On Lilly Fields Center, I posted a post a little bit ago that has before the first day of someone's retreat experience and the last day in 7 days. What you see in the blood is going to blow your mind. It is absolutely incredible. The mold, the leaky gut, so much of it healed literally in 7 days. It's really cool. So,
But
yeah.
let's talk about that for a minute, because when you say things have healed in 7 days, are you basically talking about changing someone's diet? Are you adding supplements? What practices entail that difference?
Great question, because these are things you can do at home as well if you have some of the equipment. It's pretty much trifold. We do detox, period. They're in a sauna, they're in the lymphatic suit, they are sweating, period, because we need to get toxins out. But the number one way to detoxify is stop putting them in. So although you are now sweating and you're in the lymphatic suit or in the sauna and you're able to release toxins, the diet changes. So the diet here at Lilly Fields during our wellness retreats and our detox retreats is there is no meat, there is no dairy, there is no sugar, there is no grain. So that's a very big change for people, and it tastes amazing. Do not worry at all. Like people love. There is nothing in the compost, honey. People eat everything, and they're like, "I can't believe it's this simple. I can't believe it's this easy." And when we do juicing, we'll do some smoothies, but most of it is just literally vegetables, and then how to use nuts and seeds. So the candida, of course, drastically reduces in a week. Mold reduces within a week, and remember, mold is really everywhere. Interesting enough, when people do look at the blood before and after vaccination, you'd be quite surprised at what can be inside of the vaccinations besides just what they're giving you. And so it is really interesting to watch the blood, from before and after and just how people feel. I mean, they have great bowel movements, they have more energy, they're sleeping better. And I'm like, honey, if this happens in 7 days, imagine what happens in 7 weeks or 7 months of
Precisely.
changing the diet. Yeah, so we do encourage a dietary change in pretty much everyone who comes here because there's not if you were eating the way we eat, you wouldn't feel the way you're feeling. So that's just how food works because food is your medicine and medicine can be your food. But a lot of people don't realize that throwing handfuls of cilantro into their food during the week is going to help chelate heavy metals out of the body. It just does. That's what we're just designed to live out of a garden. We really, really are. So the more of that gardening experience and gardening, the fruits of our garden, those are very healthy for the body. And it's also, hello, most important thing, we re-mineralize the body. A lot of people are deficient in minerals because they don't eat plants. And plants is the only way to get minerals into the body. You don't get minerals by smelling air. Well, maybe you'll get some, sodium if you're by a sea or something, but you don't like just breathe in minerals. You have to eat them and they all come from the ground. So the only way to get a mineral is through plants. And no, sucking out of a cow is never going to give you calcium. We have the highest rate of osteoporosis in the world, guys, because we suck out of cows and cow's milk and dairy, and all of that makes you acidic. And if you're acidic, then your body's going to pull minerals out of what? The bones and the muscles, and then you're going to get osteoporosis. So yes, on my tombstone is going to be drinking milk and eating dairy causes osteoporosis. It's the number one cause of osteoporosis in
Wow.
Karen's book.
So tell me, do you have any recipes that are on any of your websites for people to learn more about?
I have a cookbook that's sold out. So we're actually
Oh,
updating because well, it's like 700 recipes in one book. That was a little insane, but I'm adding another like 56 more and then we'll republish it. But we do have recipes on holistic health educators. We've got some on Lilly Fields. But ZuZu Unleashed is actually that's a great thing. We're new. We just kind of put up the website. It's getting redone right now, but I think I'll add a recipe tab and yeah, a great idea. But I got to talk to you every day now. You're going to give me these wonderful ideas. But I will share more of those recipes on ZuZu Unleashed. But there are many, many, I have so many YouTube videos and videos out there giving recipes. And we do cooking classes here locally. So people take them home
wow.
with them. But yeah, we have a lot. And it's not hard if people really just went to a Mediterranean diet to start with, biggest thing, if you all want to feel better. Now, mind you, it takes 3 months to get mucus. So dairy you eat today will take 3 months to get out of the cell matrix. So
Really?
oh yes, mucus and gluten stay in the body for months. So when we put someone, so that's why if you go on an anti-inflammatory diet and you're eliminating wheat and gluten, it's going to take you'll start feeling better pretty quickly, but it actually takes about 3 months to get all of that out of the body. But oh my gosh, you get rid of dairy, you get rid of sugar, you get rid of grain, your whole life is going to change. It will, period. You are going to have more energy, you're going to lose weight. You can't not. So the body really does some amazing things. People ask quite a bit if I like the ketogenic or the carnivore diet. The answer is yes and no. I will use the ketogenic diet for my clients who have like epilepsy and Tourette's and any kind of MS issue or fibromyalgia, but it's not always a meat-based ketogenic diet because depending on a few factors, we really want to keep enough fiber in the body. However, that's where the factors come in. If they have bloating, they most likely have SIBO or SIMO, and you can't have fiber then. So don't take probiotics if you're bloating. Please, please, please don't do that. And please don't eat fiber if you're bloating. Please, please, please. What you're seeing on social media from those cuties is not real. So please look at learning a bit more about where bloating is really coming from, so we can get that nabbed
Well,
and
now
taken
you
care of.
mentioned an anti-inflammatory diet. Give us an example of things that would be in an anti-inflammatory diet.
Yes, your vegetables are anti-inflammatory. Good healthy fats are anti-inflammatory. Some of the meats are anti-inflammatory. But that's where we cross some lines because it really depends on, and I can share with your audience if you have a place to put something out, I can send you the anti-inflammatory diet that we recommend.
That would be great.
And we've got a really nice handout. I'll throw a bunch of this on the website. I'm going to make a note right now while I'm talking with you because we're continuing to add and add and add, and I will add recipes and anti-inflammatory information to zuzuunleashed.com.
We are talking with Karen Armes, better known as ZuZu, and the best way to find you on social media is how?
ZuZu Unleashed would be a great place. At zuzuunleashed.com, you are able to click on buttons and go to our School of Natural Medicine, see what the retreat center is doing. We do have an online store, which is like, there's like 400 videos on that. So you can click on a product and we tell you what the product does and why it's good. Because I'm all about education. If anybody listening has fear over their health, it's only because they don't understand it. If you have fear if you're in a religion, and a lot of religions instill a lot of fear, but if you're in fear, you are never going to grow. Because at the cell level, a human cell cannot be in growth and fear at the same time. It can't. It stops growing. It stops communicating when we're in fear. We cannot grow and we cannot heal. And so I feel the best thing we can do for any form of fear is, number one, don't feed it anymore. Stop going to that church, stop going to that doctor. And number two, educate so you actually know why you are nervous about something or feeling uncomfortable, because there's just something you don't know. And your belief is based on what you know. So I am warning you that if you start delving into natural health, you're going to learn things that you didn't know before. And that means you're going to believe something different. And it's okay. It's totally okay to believe something different. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change religions. It's okay to leave religion. It's okay to leave the Western medical world and only use it for testing or some diagnostics. It's okay to change. It's okay.
Karen, it has been such a pleasure chatting with you. We are talking with Karen Armes, better known as ZuZu. Check out zuzuunleashed.com. Thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, and thank you so much. It was wonderful to be on your show. Thank you for allowing me to share this space with you. And thank you for all you do to help spread the word and encourage people to be well and be whole.
I'm Tonia King. Thanks for listening to Food Talk for Health today. If you like what you hear, please subscribe so that you never miss an episode. We'd love it if you'd leave a rating or a review so that others can discover the show as well. And be sure to share with someone who might benefit. You can follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Food Talk for Health is produced by Creative Voice and Media. Our theme was written and performed by Rick King. Thanks for listening to Food Talk for Health.